Hi everyone. In this video, I'd like to discuss exercise number 1 from the Sevcik Opus 1, Part 1, exercises in first position. This is public domain, by the way, so if you don't want to buy a nice official copy, you can download it for free on many sites. Just make sure it's a safe download. These are easy exercises because they stay all in first position, and Sevcik has organized it in such a genius way. For instance, exercise number 1 is strictly on the A string. That's it, A string only. Exercise number 2 is strictly on the D string. So you can master the angle that your fingers need to be on to play with the best dexterity and articulation. These exercises help build left hand dexterity, left hand speed, left hand articulation. If you have trouble relaxing your left hand, these are great exercises to work on doing relaxing and letting go of that thumb pressure. But you have to pay attention to detail, and you can't get mesmerized by the hypnotic easiness of these exercises. You have to work hard to maintain your focus. I've used my own version of these exercises in other videos you may have seen. There's a video called Left Hand Speed and Dexterity Exercises, and they're based on these type of exercises, but they weren't officially Sevcik. And I also have exercises on building left and right hand coordination, and we're not going to do that style of exercise. That involves doing lots of détaché strokes and trying to get it to meet up exactly with your left hand note changes. That's another way you can use these Sevcik exercises, but I'm just going to show you the classic way that I was taught. And of course there's other ways of working on these. They're powerful foundational material, and they can be used in dozens of ways. So I like to set the metronome on 60. That's just the magic number. And basically, and this is even in the instructions here, you'll play through the first bar with quarter notes. Da, 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 all in one bow. And then you play it again, but you'll play it twice as fast as shown up here. Da, 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 da. So because you're playing it twice as fast, you have time to go through it twice. Then you play it 4 times as fast. Da, 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 da. So you play it 4 times. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to pay attention to your perfect left hand form, perfect relaxed thumb, perfect finger targets, getting the contact point right where you want it, finger angle, just everything you've been taught, everything you know that is right. Get that set perfectly on the easy one. And then don't let it deteriorate on the 8th notes or on the 16th notes. And that's it. Let's do a few together, and then I'll show you how to do the second half of that page. Okay, here's 60. So you have to have a nice slow bow stroke, so be careful with that. Here we go. 1, measure 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Now, were you squeezing at all? Because if you're going to squeeze on something that easy, then you must go back and do it until you can relax, because these exercises are going to get harder. We're after perfection. Also, another thing I've realized that often goes unfixed and untreated in students, and that is what I call a noisy left hand. It's a left hand, not that makes noise, but that's disorganized and has all these extra motions. It would look something like this. It's hard to imitate, but it's kind of where students lurch before they do a note, because they're working too hard. You want it to be absolutely as still as possible because that equals efficiency. Okay, let's start again, and I won't stop again, but relax. Relax that hand. Barely lift your fingers up. 1, 2, ready, go. Measure 2. Relax. Quiet left hand. Relax. Okay, we won't go any further in the interest of time. Let's talk about line 5, halfway down the page. Suddenly you've got 3/4 time and you've got 16th notes. So obviously we're going to handle it a little differently. If you did it that way that was printed up on the first 4 lines, it would take forever to get through this exercise. And although my teacher was never very clear on how to do this exercise, here's how I teach it. I do quarter notes, 8th notes, and 16th notes. Just the slur patterns are a little different. Let me show you. I start by slurring 2 quarter notes. I do the whole measure and relaxing. And then I do 8th notes. Slurring 4. And then I do the whole measure as written on 16th notes, slurring the whole measure. Now, if you want to, you can repeat the 16th note speed twice, just so you get twice the value and twice the workout. But that will cause your bows to alternate. And if that bothers you, then only do the 16th note speed once. Let's do a few measures, and I'm going to do the 16th note speed only one time, but keep in mind that it's personal. You can do it twice if you want. Okay, starting with quarter notes. Ready and go, and ready and go, and relaxing. Now slur 4. Now slur 12. Next measure. Slur 4. Slur 12. Okay, now let's do those same 2 bars, repeating the 16th notes 2 times through. I'm torn, honestly, between which I prefer. I'd probably try both. So we're going to try both together. Okay, start at the first bar again, quarter notes. Slur 4. Slur 12. Again. Next measure. See how the bowing is reversed? Slur 4. Slur 12. So each of those variations has its pros and its cons. Pick the one that works the best for you and just run with it. So that's how I practice number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. They just go through the A string, the D string, the E string, and the G string. And if you can do those 4 exercises at 60 with perfectly relaxed left hand, without extra noise and extra motion, and train your fingers to stay low, as low as possible, especially pinky. Don't let him fly off or go down in the basement. Then it will improve your left hand efficiency a lot. Okay, hope this was helpful to you, and I'll see you next time.